Top story this evening, the woman behind the wheel in that fiery and deadly Windsor Hills crash behind bars tonight being held on $9 million bail.
She could face charges as early as tomorrow. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joins us live from the crash scene where a memorial continues to grow for the 6 people killed. Leanne.
It was a night of love and losses. Family, friends, and community leaders gathered for an emotional vigil here at the scene of that horrific crash. Through tears and heartache, family and friends mourn an innocent life lost. One of 6 killed in a fiery crash caused, investigators say, by a speeding driver who ran a red light.
His body is damn near cremated on the corner. For what? For what? For what?
24-year-old Reynold Lester was driving his girlfriend, Asheray Ryan, who was 8.5 months pregnant with their son, to a doctor's appointment. Her 11-month-old son, Alonzo, also in the car. All killed on impact.
Today we are going to be filing criminal charges in connection with last Thursday's tragic crash that killed 6 people and injured 6 others. Ms. Nicole Linton will be charged with 6 counts of murder and 5 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter. Preliminary investigation shows that Linton may have been traveling at approximately 90 miles an hour when she ran through a solid red light. If convicted as charged, Ms. Linton faces up to 90 years to life.
Horrible news, YouTube world. Just purely tragic, heartbreaking stuff that you just hate to see, as I'm sure a lot of you guys been seeing this video going viral all over all different social media platforms. This woman, this traveling nurse, Nicole Linton, 37 years old. They say she's from Houston, traveled to LA. I don't know exactly what the specifics behind that was. Like, was there a shortage of nurses or something and they needed her out there, or she just left for a better career opportunity? I'm not exactly sure, but just, you know, to be blunt and put it simple, driving like an asshole, killed, and as the authorities are saying, has charged her, murdered a bunch of people, destroyed families' lives in the blink of an eye, just driving like a pure jackass. Seriously, you know, YouTube world, I'm not the kind of person that is like high and mighty or, you know, has this grandiose better than thou attitude or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm not like that at all. That's not my character. I'm a regular individual. I just come on here to do my content, talk my ish, and keep it moving, hear from you guys, the people. But one thing I always, I guess, do try to preach or push out there to everyone, you know, that often just befuddles and baffles me is like, yo, why do people drive like this? You know what I mean? Drive safe, put your belt on, take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Be defensive when you're out there driving, because you got people out there on the road that do this. I have family members like this that just, they get in some kind of zone. Oh, that light's yellow. Instead of slowing down, let me speed up, I can make it. Or, oh, this person cut me off, I gotta cut them off. Or I'm in a rush. Like, I just don't understand it. You know, as the police investigate this, you heard, you know, originally when this went down, the community was speaking out. For those from LA, you know, who are more knowledgeable on this area, Windsor Hills, Slauson and La Brea intersection is across streets and all that. They say that this particular area, I don't know if it's the stoplights, or whatever, the way the roads are designed and everything, is just a very unsafe intersection where I guess accidents happen on the regular, which is terrible. You know, I'm sure a lot of people, even if you're not from LA, can relate to that. You know, wherever you may live, there's a certain area where there's not enough red lights, or, you know, the way the lights switch, you know, needs to be changed. The way they transition from red to green to yellow, or whatever it is, whatever combination of things and circumstances makes it very unsafe. You know, that's what a lot of the individuals in the community were speaking out about this, that something needs to be done. But they were also lobbying heavily, you know, for this woman to be charged to the fullest extent of the law. And you see, that's exactly what they did do. You know, there's a lot of clips out there of the family members all crying and breaking down. You heard a little bit of that one clip in there where the woman was talking about that her loved one was cremated right on the street. That's just horrible. You know, it kind of reminds me of what we saw in the Henry Ruggs, you know, who played for the Raiders situation, you know, where everything was just engulfed in flames and people burnt alive. I believe in that situation, even an individual had a pet with them. It's just all fucked up, all because someone drives like a moron. Like, don't be that individual, you know. It's one thing I just try to, you know, put out there, like I said, is take it easy, drive slow, drive safe, and be aware of everyone. You know, every time you get behind that wheel, be focused and be on the lookout, because we got maniacs driving. You know what I mean? You hear that this woman is a nurse. She sees life and death quite possibly at work all the time. You think that maybe what may make her cherish life a little more or just be more aware, but you see she's out there in her Mercedes coupe using it recklessly as a murder weapon, you know. And as I was stating, they did indeed charge her. You heard the clip there. 6 counts of murder, 5 counts of vehicular manslaughter, apologies. And you know, there's another clip. I'm not quite sure if I used it in this video, but the DA or whoever that was speaking out said, based on the egregiousness of this situation, these circumstances, legally they're charging her and looking at it at the aspect of this is malice, malicious murder. And I agree with that. I really do. You know, like 90 miles an hour on just an intersection in a city. Like, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be going 90 on the highway and you're doing it. Try to beat a red light. The fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You know, when you hear something like this, comment, let me know your initial thoughts. Some may think, oh, drugs had to be involved. Alcohol had to be involved, right? And from the investigation so far has showed that they haven't detected any signs of alcohol. I don't know. Drugs is going to be something that, you know, we may hear of in the future if they do detect any narcotic substances in her system, as she was in a hospital before being you know, transported to jail, where, again, she faces 90 jump-offs if she's convicted. I'm sure she'll take a plea bargain. I highly doubt she's going to fight this case. She has no argument. You're a reckless murderer, you know. But I don't even know that the authorities, the court, the justice system is even going to really offer her that good of a plea. Like, what do you guys think they'll plea her out to? 20, 25 years? I mean, I don't know, you know. It's just like, it's just so stupid. But back to what I was saying, maybe we'll see the test come in to see if there was any drugs in her system. But the scarier thing about this to really think about is, when you hear this, again, your first initial reaction may thinking that this person was tweaking, fucked up on drugs, drunk or something. But the even scarier side of things is that there's people all the time that do ish like this, dead sober, just purely being a moron. Plain and simple. A moron and reckless. You know, no consideration for other life out there, other humans, other the well-being of other people out there. As you see in the situation, this one woman, Asher Ray Ryan, she's the one that was 8 months pregnant, traveling with a baby. She was on her way to a doctor's appointment and took her 11-month-old son, apologies, with her to the appointment. And it's so heartbreaking, as there's clips out there where a family member offered to watch the baby. And she was like, nah, I want to take him for a ride, and ends up, you know, killed. She also had her boyfriend with her. So there's 3 of the murders right there. There's 3 other people who were killed. There's other families another whole family that was hurt but did live. It's just a terrible situation. Again, all just because someone's in a rush or is just reckless. It's quite mind-blowing when you really break it all down and think about it, you know what I mean? But that's going to conclude this video. Again, I just saw this thing going viral everywhere, and the more I looked into this, I said, man, we got to make a video and address this, you know, kind of get the word out. to be safe out there on the roadways. And you know, just curious to hear too from those out in the LA area their thoughts on this situation in that particular intersection. And you know, just to get it out there, if there is individuals who do speed and stuff like that, quite possibly seeing something like this could make them say, man, let me slow the fuck down. But thank you for watching, guys. Please join the discussion in the comments. Stay tuned for updates. What's your thought on, you know, the court process regarding this, as I was stating, with the years she's facing, and all that? Let's talk about it all below. It's coffee. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.